All right. Good morning, Port St. Lucie. Welcome back to another episode of PSL Daily Download, your first stop to all things real estate in Port St. Lucie. Today's April 2nd, 2024. I can finally go back to believing half of the stuff online since it is no longer April Fool's Day. Uh, We'll keep it short, we'll keep it quick, impactful, and hopefully a little bit entertaining. So let's get started here. So we're going to start on the Mortgage News Daily, their daily rate survey, kind of see where we're at over here. All right. So Mortgage News Daily is reporting that the 30-year fixed rate is at about 7.05%, which is 0.14% higher. I did look online at some rates that I've already started to post, and they're looking at about 30 basis points higher. So it's definitely impacting the market. So, which I'm going to touch on kind of the reasoning behind this, since a lot of us are still expecting the rates to come down. So we'll touch on that. A little bit further down, they're reporting the 30-year FHA rate is at about 6.46%, an increase of 0.07%. All right. So let's go to our daily tracker, see what inventory looks like this morning. It looks like inventory has decreased of about 1/3%. It went from 2,222 to start the month to 2,214. Not major changes, but it looks like one of the things I've been tracking is the homes under 375,000, and that has actually been coming down, right? Which makes sense because a lot of people are looking for the affordable priced homes. So those are usually the ones that go out quicker, but it looks like there was an increase compared to homes above 375. So either maybe, it might be a one off, right? Again, this information is from realtor.com that I gather. It might be a one off. It might be the way realtor.com kind of adjusts their figures, or it could be maybe a shift in the market. Maybe some people are kind of tired of living in their home, waiting for these lower rates, and they're finally looking at upgrading to a bigger home. So putting their smaller home on the market and purchasing the bigger one. So hopefully that's the case. But not too much there. It looks like rental properties stayed about the same, which yesterday I actually made a video. I'll add it to the link here, but I made a quick video on investment properties, rental properties in Port St. Lucie. So take a look at that. Very informative, hopefully, for you. All right, so we're going to go to our article of the day here. And this was actually posted yesterday afternoon after the rates were increasing all morning. So it looks like it was posted at about 327 by Mortgage News Daily. But the information is still relevant. It kind of gives us an overview of the reasoning, perhaps, of why they're increasing, especially, again, when people are thinking and expecting these rates to come down. So I'm going to let my buddy, the computer, read this for us, and then I'm going to come back and kind of sum that up real quick.
And mortgage rates on record. March ended with a streak of some of the flattest day-over-day changes in mortgage rates on record. It was all but certain that the new week/month would bring a change to that sideways trend, but the reality has immediate and abrupt. Right at the start of domestic trading hours, bonds began to lose ground.
And again, just interjecting, when bonds go down, the yields go up, mortgage rates go up.
This means that traders were selling and yields were rising. Higher yields in bonds equate with higher mortgage rates, all other things being equal. Frustratingly, there were no obvious explanations for the initial push toward higher rate this morning. Some market watchers may have pointed to inflation data that came out last Friday when the market was closed, but if that was the motivation, it wasn't obvious to the billions of dollars in trading that had taken place before yields began to rise. What we can confirm is that this morning's economic data made things worse for rates. Both S&P and ISM released their manufacturing indices for March. Both were higher than expected and both mentioned higher prices.
All right. So a couple takeaways. First, the ISM. That's the manufacturing index. That has actually been running negative for the last couple years. My understanding that manufacturing is about 20% of of the national industry, and sales or services, sorry, is about the other 80%, give or take. So it's a small portion, but it has been running negative, it looks like, and it's finally moved over to the positive side, which, by the way, is inflationary, right? Lastly, they also talked about higher prices to kind of end that section right down there that you see here. Um, Again, inflationary. So when these factors, are happening in our economy, um, people are going to sell these bonds, push the price of bonds down, the yields go up, increases mortgage rates. So again, whenever you hear the Fed come out and say we're increasing or decreasing, yeah, it could affect mortgage rates, and it obviously has, but they're not tied. Mortgages are usually tied to the 10-year yield, because mortgages tend to be on the books for about 7 to 8 years, give or take, and that's kind of the closest um, treasury that kind of runs even to that. So, all right, moving along. Actually, before I forget, I don't know if you noticed, I was drinking out of my wife's favorite Wonder Woman cup. So, to all the power women out there, all right, my wife gave me that cup to drink out of it for today's video. All right, so let's jump on to a lighter hearted story, pun intended. TC Palm is reporting that the construction of the heart-shaped sculpture that's coming up in tradition has finally come up. So if we kind of scroll down here, it looks like, let's see here, get that on the image there. It looks like it's actually been started. Based on the information here, it looks like it's estimated at about it's 73 feet tall, supposedly. And it's worth about $7 million. So I'm expecting this thing to be a very nice sculpture once it's finished, and bring a lot of tourists to the area. So which is going to be nice, but not for traffic. And they expect it to finish. They expect it to finish by the end of this year. So exciting thing. One more thing to get a little bit of attention to our market. Hopefully, bring in more businesses, more residents, and help us grow. So hopefully, you found this video informative. If you did, please click the like and the subscribe button. I'll go ahead and add the video for the investment on rental properties in our local market. So hopefully you find that their value in that. So other than that, I hope you have a great day. Let's win, and I'll talk to you tomorrow. Bye.